Question from Robert, who writes in with the following. TJ, I'm 35, but I've got a lot of gray hair. I could pass for 45, and in my industry, it's youth dominated. I give a lot of speeches, presentations, talks. I'm wondering, should I dye my hair? Now, we live in a culture where there are differences between men and women as far as how they're judged by their appearance and on issues like hair color. So it's not that one size fits all. Let me address his specific concern here. I can't tell you across the board, never ever dye your hair. Rob Lowe went gray, the movie star, went gray at a very early age, his early 20s. He has perfect thick hair. If he had not dyed his hair in his early 20s, he would not have been cast in romantic leads against women who are 22, 23, 24 when he was that age. So there are certain times when it makes a lot of sense to dye your hair. I do want to warn you about a couple of things. It's extremely difficult to dye your hair consistently and have it look natural and have it look good. If you're using any kind of home dye kit, it's very easy for it to be too dark, look all the same color, and people are pointing and laughing from a mile away. It's also easy for your hair to turn red and it look weird and obviously dyed. So you got to be careful about that. Now, if you are a man who has thinning hair, the problem with dyeing your hair is if it's dark here and all of a sudden it's thin here, it can make you look like Bozo the Clown. One reason I don't dye my hair is it would look ridiculous. It would call the contrast into even more attention. So you got to be careful about that. Now, most men, even if you have more hair than I do, most men have less hair than women do. So the problem is when the roots grow out, it's much more noticeable for most men. A lot of women do color their hair, but if you have longer hair, thicker hair, you don't notice the roots as quickly. You don't have to touch it up as often. Ronald Reagan, the former United States president, famously did dye his hair, and he had a hairstylist, colorist come to the White House every single Tuesday. It took a lot of effort so that you didn't constantly see the gray popping out and the dark hair contrast that can look weird. Now, confession, long time ago, decades ago, I did dye my hair. Some mixed results. I can't tell you should never ever do it, but it can look bad very easily and it can call attention to the fact that you're dyeing your hair. It can actually make you seem more insecure. So my recommendation for most men in business, unless you have a perfect head of hair and you are trying to make it big as a movie star, a TV star, or a news anchor where it's absolutely essential, you look less than 35. My recommendation is don't use hair dye, but it's just a general overview principle. It might work for you. Try it out.